by the market. Enter City, happily engrossed in the pictures of herself in a magazine. Lakunle follows 1 or 2 paces behind, carrying a bundle of firewood, which City has set out to obtain. They are met in the center by Sadiku, who has entered from the opposite side. Sadiku is an old woman with a shawl over her head.
Fortune is with me. I was going to your house to see you.
Startled out of her occupation.
What? Oh, it is you, Sadiku.
The lion sent me. He wishes you well.
Thank him for me.
Then excitedly,
Have you seen these? Have you seen these images of me, brought by the man from the capital city? Have you felt the gloss?
caresses the page.
Smoother by far than the parrot's breast.
I have. I saw them as soon as the city man came. City, I bring a message from my lord.
Jerks her head at Lakunle.
Shall we draw aside a little?
Him? Pay no more heed to that than you would an eunuch.
Then, in as few words as it takes to tell, Baruka wants you for a wife.
Bounds forward, dropping the wood.
What? The greedy dog? Insatiate camel of a foolish, doting race? Is he at his tricks again?
Be quiet, Kunle. You get so tiresome. The message is for me, not you.
Down on his knees at once, cover City's hands with kisses.
My Ruth, my Rachel, Esther, Bathsheba, thou sum of fabled perfections. From Genesis to the Revelations, listen not to the voice of this infidel.
Snatches her hand away.
Now that's your other game. Giving me funny names you pick up in your wretched books. My name is City, and now let me be. My name is City, and I am beautiful. The stranger took my beauty and placed it in my hands. Here it is. I need no funny names to tell me of my fame. Loveliness beyond the jewels of a throne. That is what he said.
Gleefully.
Well, will you be Baruka's own jewel? Will you be his sweetest princess, soothing him on weary nights? What answer shall I give my lord?
Wags her finger playfully at the woman.
Ha ha! Sadiku of the honey tongue. Sadiku, head of the lion's wives. You'll make no prey of City with your wooing tongue. Not this city, whose fame has spread to Lagos and beyond the seas.
Lakunle beams with satisfaction and rises.
City, have you considered what a life of bliss awaits you? Baruka swears to take no other wife after you. Do you know what it is to be the ballet's last wife? I'll tell you. When he dies, and that should not be long, even the lion has to die sometime. Well, when he does, it means that you will have the honor of being the senior wife of the new ballet. And just think, until Baruka dies, you shall be his favorite. No living in the outhouses for you, my girl. Your place will always be in the palace, first as the latest bride, and afterwards as the head of the new harem. It is a rich life, City, I know. I have been in that position for 41 years.
You waste your breath. Why did Baruka not request my hand before the stranger brought his book of images? Why did the lion not bestow his gift before my face was lauded to the world? Can you not see? Because he sees my worth, increased and multiplied above his own. Because he can already hear the ballad makers and their songs in praise of City, the incomparable, while the lion is forgotten. He seeks to have me as his property, where I must fade beneath his jealous hold. Ah, Sadiku, the schoolman here has taught me certain things, and my images have taught me all the rest. Baruka merely seeks to raise his manhood above my beauty. He seeks new fame, as the one man who has possessed the jewel of Ilonjinle.
Shocked, bewildered, incapable of making any sense of City's words.
But City, are you well? Such nonsense never passed your lips before. Did you not sound strange, even in your own hearing?
Rushes suddenly at Lakunle.
Is this your doing, you popinjay? Have you driven the poor girl mad at last? Such rubbish. I will beat your head for this.
Retreating in panic.
Keep away from me, you old hag.
Sadiku, let him be. Tell your lord that I can read his mind, that I will none of him. Look, judge for yourself.
Opens the magazine and points out the pictures.
He's old. I never knew till now he was that old.
During the rest of her speech, City runs her hand over the surface of the relevant part of the photographs, tracing the contours with her fingers.
To think I took no notice of my velvet skin, how smooth it is, and no man ever thought to praise my fullness of my breast.
Laden with guilt and full of apology.
Well, City, I did think, but somehow it's not the proper thing.
Ignores the interruption.
See, I hold them to the warm caress
Unconsciously pushes out her chest,
of a desire-filled sun.
smiles mischievously.
There's a deceitful message in my eyes, beckoning insatiate men to certain doom, and teeth that flash the sign of happiness, strong and evenly, beaming full of life. Be just, Sadiku. Compare my image and your lord's, an age of difference. See how the water glistens on my face, like the dew moistened leaves on the harmattan morning. But his face is like a leather piece, torn rudely from the saddle of his horse,
Sadiku gasps.
sprinkled with the musty ashes from a pipe that is long over smoked, and this goat-like tuft, which I once thought was manly, it is like scattered twists of grass, not even green, but charred and lifeless, as after a forest fire. Sadiku, I am young and brimming, he is spent. I am the twinkle of a jewel, but he is the hindquarters of a lion.
Recovering at last from helpless amazement,
May Sango restore your wits, for most surely some angry god has taken possession of you.
turns around and walks away, stops again, and she remembers something else.
Your ranting put this clean out of my head. My lord says that if you would not be his wife, would you at least come to supper at his house tonight? There is a small feast in your honor. He wishes to tell you how happy he is that the great capital city has done so much honor to a daughter of Ilojinle. You have brought great fame to your people.
Ho ho! Do you think I was only born yesterday? The tales of Baruka's little suppers, I know all. Tell your lord that city does not sup with married men.
They are lies, lies. You must not believe everything you hear. City, would I deceive you? I swear to you.
Can you deny that every woman who has supped with him one night becomes his wife or concubine the next?
Is it for nothing he's called the fox?
Advancing on him,
You keep out of this, or so Sango be my witness.
retreats just a little but continues to stalk.
His willingness is known even in the largest towns. Did you never hear of how he foiled the public works attempt to build the railway through Ilunjunle?
Nobody knows the truth of that. It is all hearsay.
I love hearsays. Lakunle, tell me all.
Did you not know it? Well, sit down and listen. My father told me before he died, and few men know of this truth. Oh, he's a die-hard rogue, sworn against our progress. Yes, it was somewhere here. The track should have been laid just along the outskirts. The workers came, in fact. It was prisoners who were brought to do the harder part, to break the jungle's back.
Enter the prisoners, guarded by two, examines his map, khaki helmet, spats, etc. The foreman runs up with his camp stool, table, etc., erects the umbrella over him, and unpacks the usual box of bush comforts, soda siphon, whiskey bottle, and geometric sandwiches. His map consulted, he directs the sweat team where to work. They begin felling, machete swinging, log dragging, all to the rhythm of the work, gang's metal percussion, rod on going on or rude triangle, etc. The two performers are also the song leaders, and the others fill the chorus. No, Ijo, Itoro, Amuda, El Ebe, La Aya, Gibe, Je, on Ipa, etc.
They marked the route with stakes 8 through the jungle and began the tracks. Trade, progress, adventure, success, civilization, fame, international conspicuity. It was all within the grasp of Ilujinle.
The wrestler enters, stands horrified at the sight and flees, returns later with Abale himself, who soon assesses the situation. They disappear. The work continues. The surveyor occupies himself with the fly whisk and whiskey. Shortly after, a bull roarer is heard. The prisoners falter a little, pick up again. The bull roarer continues on his way, nearer and farther, moving in circles, so that it appears to come from all around them. The foreman is the first to break, and then the rest is chaos. Sole survivor of the route is a surveyor, who is too surprised to move. Baroka enters a few minutes later, accompanied by some attendants, and preceded by a young girl bearing a calabash bowl. The surveyor, angry and threatening, is prevailed upon to open his gift. From it he reveals a wad of pound notes and cola notes. Mutual understanding is established. The surveyor frowns heavily, rubs his chin, and consults his map. Re-examines the contents of the bowl, shakes his head. Baroka adds more money, and a coop of hens. A goat follows, and more money. This time, truth dawns on him at last. He has made a mistake. The track really should go the other way. What an unfortunate error, discovered just in time. No possibility of a mistake this time. The track should be much further away. In fact, scooping up the soil, the earth is most unsuitable. Couldn't possibly support the weight of a railway engine. A gourd of palm wine is brought to seal the agreement, and the coconut is broken. Baroka's men help the surveyor pack, and they leave with their arms round each other, followed by the surveyor's booty. As the last of the procession disappears, shakes his feet at them, stamping on the ground.
Voluptuous beast, he loves this life too well to bear to part from it. And motor roads and railways would do just that, forcing civilization at his door. He foresaw it, and he barred the gates, securing fast his dogs and horses, his wives and all his concubines. Ah yes, all those concubines. Baroka has such a selective eye, none suits him but the best.
His eyes truly light up. Sidi and Sadiku snigger, tiptoe off stage.
Yes, one must grant him that. I sometimes wish I led that kind of life. Such luscious bosoms make my nightly pillow. I am sure he keeps a timetable just as I do at school. Only way to ensure fair play. He must be healthy to keep going as he does. I don't know what the women see in him. His eyes are small and always red with wine. He must possess some secret. No, I do not envy him. For just the one woman for me. Alone I stand for progress. With Sidi, my chosen soulmate, the one woman of my life. Sidi, where are you?
Russ is out after them, returns to fetch the discarded firewood, and runs away. Naked except for baggy trousers, calf length. It is a rich bedroom covered in animal skins and rugs, weapons round the wall. Also a strange machine, a most peculiar contraption with a long lever. Kneeling beside the bed is Baroka's current favorite, engaged in plucking the hairs from his armpit. She does this by first massaging the spot around the selected hair, very gently with her forefinger. Then, with hardly a break, she pulls out the hair between her finger and the thumb with a sudden, sharp movement. Baroka twitches slightly with each pull. Then an aspirated aha and a look of complete beatitude spreads all over his face.
Do I improve, my lord?
You are still somewhat over gentle with the pull, as if you fear to hurt the panther of the trees. Be sharp and sweet, like the swift sting of a vicious wasp. For there the pleasure lies, the cooling aftermath.
I'll learn, my lord.
You have not time, my dear. Tonight I hope to take another wife, and the honor of this task, you know, belongs by right to my latest choice. But now that was sharp, and it had in it the scorpion's sudden sting, without its poison. It was an angry pull. You tried to hurt, for I had made you wrathful with my boast. But now your anger flows in my bloodstream. How sweet it is. That was sweeter still. I think perhaps that I shall let you stay, the sole outpuller of my sweet bathed hairs. Ack!
Sits up suddenly and rubs the sore point angrily.
Now that had far more pain than pleasure. Vengeful creature, you did not caress the area of extraction long enough.
Enter Sadiku. She goes down on her knees at once and bows her head in her lap.
Aha! Here comes Sadiku. Do you bring some balm to soothe the smart of my misused armpit? Away, you enemy.
Exit the favorite.
My lord.
You have my leave to speak. What did she say?
She will not, my lord. I did my best, but she will have none of you.
It follows the pattern. A firm refusal at the start. Why will she not?
That is the strange part of it. She says you're much too old. If you ask me, I think that she's really off her head. All this excitement of the books has been too much for her.
Springs to his feet.
She says that I am old? That I am much too old? Did a slight unripened girl say this of me?
My lord, I heard the incredible words with my ears, and I thought the world was mad.
But is it possible, Sadiku? Is this right? Did I not, at the Festival of Rain, defeat the men in the log-tossing match? Do I not still, with the most fearless one, hunt the leopard and the boa at night? And save the farmer's goats from the further harm? And does she say I'm old? Did I not, to announce the harmattan, climb to the top of the silk cotton tree, break the first pod and scatter tasseled seeds to the four weeds, and this but yesterday? Do any of my wives report a failing in my manliness? The strongest of them all still wearies long before the lion does. And so would she, had I the briefest chance to teach this unfledged birdling that lacks the wisdom to embrace the rich mustiness of age. If I could once come hither, soothe me, Sadiku, for I am wroth at heart.
Lies back on the bed, staring up as before. Sadiku takes her place at the foot of the bed and begins to tickle the soles of his feet. Baroka turns to the left suddenly, reaches down the side, and comes up with a copy of the magazine, opens it and begins to study the pictures. He heaves a long sigh.
That is good, Sadiku. Very good.
He begins to compare some pictures in the book, obviously his own and Sidi's, flings the book away suddenly and stares at the ceiling for a second or two, then unsmiling.
Perhaps it is as well, Sadiku.
My lord, what did you say?
Yes, faithful one, I say it is as well. The scorn, the laughter, and the jeers would have been bitter. Had she consented and my purpose failed, I would have sunk with shame.
My lord, I do not understand.
The time has come when I can fool myself no more. I am no man, Sadiku. My manhood ended near a week ago.
The gods forbid.
I wanted Sidi because I still hope. A foolish thought, I know. But still, I hope that with a virgin young and hot within, my failing strength would rise and save my pride.
Sadiku begins to moan.
A waste of hope. I knew it even then. But it's a human failing never to accept the worst. And so I pandered to my vanity. When manhood must, it ends. The well of living, tapped beyond its depth, dries up and mocks the wastrel in the end. I am withered and unsapped, the joy of ballad mongers, the aged butt of youth's ribaldry.
Tearfully,
The gods must have mercy yet.
as if suddenly aware of her presence, starts up.
I have told this to no one but you. You are my eldest, my most faithful wife. But if you dare parade my shame before the world,
Sadiku shakes her head in protest and begins to stroke the soles of his feet with renewed tenderness. Baroka sighs and falls back slowly.
how irritable I have grown of late. Such doubts to harbor of your loyalty. But this disaster is too much for one, checked thus as I upon the prime of youth, that reigns that blessed me from my birth, number a meager 62, while my grandfather, the man of Teak, fathered 2 sons late on 65, but Okiki, my father, beat them all, producing female twins at 67. Why then must I, descendant of the lions, forswear my wives at a youthful 62? My veins of life run dry, my manhood gone.
His voice grows drowsy. Sadiku sighs and moans and caresses his feet. His face lights up suddenly with rapture.
Sango, bear witness. These weary feet have felt the loving hands of much designing woman. My soles have felt the scratch of harsh, gravelled hands. They have borne the heaviness of clumsy gorilla paws, and I have known the tease of tiny, dainty hands, toy-like hands that tantalized my eager senses, promise of thrills to come remaining unfulfilled because the fingers were too frail. The touch too light and faint to pierce the incredible thickness of my soles. But though Sadiku, thy plain, unadorned hands encased a sweet sensuality which age will not destroy. Oh yeah, beyond a doubt, Sadiku, thou art the queen of them all.
Falls asleep.